Welcome to the Learning Lab. My name is Roman Garcia. Today we're going to be discussing the proper way of doing the elliptical machine. The elliptical machine is a common exercise machine that you normally see in a gym. Most everybody has used it during some time in their gym careers. We're going to be using a lot of concepts that we have introduced in prior videos. So anybody that's seen our other videos, they'll hear a lot of terms that we have introduced in the other videos. And with the help of my assistant, Anna, I'm going to demonstrate first certain biomechanical facts of which you need to have a little bit of an understanding so you can appreciate what I'm going to be showing you in a little moment. Alrighty, so with the help of Anna, my assistant, I'm going to show you certain biomechanical facts of the human body and why it is important for you to understand these biomechanical facts of the human body. So with the help of my assistant, what she's going to do first is she's going to lay on her stomach. I'm going to show you the concept of rotation. We've discussed this before. We have discussed the idea that the body, when people walk, when people move, the body is designed to function as would this ball. The body, basically, when you're moving straight, when you're walking, all the biomechanical movements in the body translate into this motion, which is your body moves as this ball moves. It rotates, and there's a reason why. But first, we're going to go through what we've seen before already, which is the rotation of the pelvis. You need to see this first so you can understand later how to use the elliptical machine the way that I recommend and why it is important. So you need to understand this rotation concept. We've seen this before in one of our prior videos, this rotation. You can see that Anna's pelvis, Anna's hips, they move fine. See? Again, I bring the leg across, you see the pelvis stays flat. Again, we've seen this before in prior videos. Again, good rotation of the hips. So again, no problems. There's rotation. This is important for you to understand the importance of this rotation in the hips when it comes to using most of the cardiovascular machines that are introduced nowadays in the gym environment, especially the elliptical machine. Now, what I'm going to show you now is the feet and the rotation in the feet. Anna, you can turn on your back now. I'll do that. Perfect. Now, remember, when you walk, your body's doing this. It's rolling just like this ball does. And it's able to do this because of the rotation that's inherent in every joint in the human body. Now, the feet is one of those sections in the body where you have a lot of bones that are all working together to produce rotation. Now, I'm going to show you just some general motions of the feet. The feet, as we all seen before, we've all recognized this before, the feet move up and down. This is, the ankle moves up and down, the feet moves up and down. You can see this. Now, the foot has different sections in it. It has a back, it has a middle, and it has a front. Each of these sections have a particular rotatory type of motion. The heel bone rotates inward and it rotates outward. It rotates inward and it rotates outward. Inward and outward. This motion right here is known as pronation and supination. It rotates inward and outward. The midfoot also rotates. You can see the rotation here. It rotates inward, rotates outward. That's what the foot is designed to do, to rotate. Inward and outward. The feet. If the feet does not have these motions, when you're on your feet, when you're moving, then you're going to have stress building up somewhere along the knees, the hips, the back, etc. This is where all the energy is relieved from the body as you take a step. That's why the feet rotate. This is its function, is to alleviate the weight-bearing stresses as you're walking, as you're moving. The forefeet, all these bones right here, they're all very loose. This is your forefoot. This is the front section of your feet. They're all very loose. All these bones here, they all rotate. They all rotate in, out, in, out, in, out, individually. Individually and together. Again, this is a very important concept for you to understand, because it has an impact on how you use weight-bearing cardiovascular exercises, because most of the machines that are developed nowadays has a large platform. I'll show you later that platform. And the tendency for anybody that gets on that machine is to do it with your feet flat. You're not allowing the rotation in the feet when you're on the machine, and that can create a lot of problems later on as you use the machine over and over and over again. Unless you bring the foot into the actual mechanism of the machine when you're on it, then you're going to incur a lot of stress on your knee, on your hip, if you don't bring into the motion the feet itself. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Again, you see it right here. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how the foot looks on an x-ray. The feet is one of those sections in the body with many bones. And again, the reason it has so many bones is because when you're on your feet, there's a lot of stress that are coming from every direction, going through the foot and up into your knee, into your hip. So the energy dissipation is primarily taken up by the foot itself. That's why it has so much rotation. You can see here, this is your heel bone, this is your ankle, this is your midfoot, and then this is basically these are the toes. You can see how many bones there are here. All these bones work together for one function, rotation, to dissipate the energy, that heat that is incurred when you're on your feet and you're stepping. Now, when you are on a cardiovascular machine such as the elliptical, you're going to be taking many steps in a relatively short period of time. You can take hundreds, even thousands of simulated steps just in a 20 or 30-minute session. So if you're doing the cardiovascular, the elliptical, in the way that it's done mostly in the gym, and you do not allow the foot to go through its normal gait pattern, you're going to generate a lot of heat in the knee, in the hip. You're going to generate basically entropy. And we've discussed this before in one of the other volumes. You're going to generate a lot of entropy in your knee, your hip, and your back. So the elliptical machine has to be done in a specific, with a specific motion pattern, of which I'm going to show you in a little bit. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take my assistant Anna, and we're going to go to the elliptical machine so you can see the right way and the wrong way of doing this machine. So if you allow me, let's go over here.